Hello and welcome to the first day of MSI 2022. We're going over the group stage as part of my League of Legends roundup. I did this throughout the spring split for the four major regions. As you see here, you can't read the board. Well, it's not really meant for you to read outside of like the key parts, and if that doesn't really show up in the video, I'm gonna have to, alter the way I'm doing those parts. But when it comes to like all the writing here, a lot of it is just notes for me to go over to give you a gist of what happened. Clearly, a lot happened in this game, so what's the point of this? This is to save you time. In case you didn't want to watch Team Ace versus Detonation Focus Me, I can give you the spiel in like 3 minutes compared to you watching a 26-minute game that, you really don't want to watch. So that's what this is about. Last game of the day, obviously, we are real happy. A lot of my subscribers are from Brazil, and they pulled the upset. Spoiler alert, but we'll get there. So, game one, T1, Saigon Buffalo. Saigon Buffalo came out firing in this game. You got to give them credit. Shogun and Taki in bot lane took it to Guma and Keria in the early game and laning phase. They were non-existent during the team fighting mid-end game. I mean, once laning phase ended, they were irrelevant. But at the same time, they played very, very well in the laning phase. You have to give it to them. I thought that they played very well. As I've said before, I have not watched any games of the smaller region players. So when I see them do well, I'm like, oh, well, obviously this player must be good because nobody told me that they were good when I did the video on them until it was too late. So, I mean, when your fan base doesn't show up, I mean, what do you want? So, T1 Saigon Buffalo, they opened up with a 2v2 kill at 2 minutes. There's a trade of kills in that fight in the 2v2. Saigon Buffalo then get 2 more kills in the 2v2 at 5 minutes. T1 then respond at 9 minutes going mid and then getting a 2v2 kill as well. So there's a lot of action going on in the bot lane in the early game. We've had 3 different instances where something happens within the 2v2. Saigon Buffalo do clean that up at 9 minutes. T1 go bot again at 10 minutes. There's a reset. The Buffalo take a hex tech. T1 go mid. 13 minutes, Saigon Buffalo get another double kill in the 2v2. Shogun, once again, with a double. 14 minutes, Saigon Buffalo get a kill in mid. This ends laning phase. A new thing I'm doing where I'm keeping track of ganks and things like that. During laning phase, T1 would attempt 4 ganks, roams, or dives, going 3 for 4. A success to me is getting a kill. And, I mean, if it's a 1-for-1, that's not going to work. I mean, summoner spells obviously are a win, but at the same time, I'm not counting them as a win. Kills and getting somebody out of lane is what's going to count to me. And Saigon Buffalo goes 0-2 during the first 14 minutes of the game when it comes to making things happen in terms of ganks, roams, and dives. So at 14 minutes, Saigon Buffalo are up 7-5. Gold's tied. Taki is 0-1-7 on the Alistar. So he's got 100% kill participation. Taki is making things happen, and the bot lane of Saigon Buffalo are carrying them. Now, 15 minutes, Gumayushi goes mid, solo kills Froggy. T1 then go mid again a minute later. They go bot before 16 minutes are even up, 2-0. They use that to take a cloud. 18 minutes, T1 win a fight in topside 2-1. That was a 5v5. So now at 20 minutes, the game is completely flipped. T1 are up 11-8, 4K gold. Keria is 3-2-5. Keria showed up big on the Nami. They went Lucian Nami. In bot, laning phase was awful, but Keria ends up being MVP. He plays a great game in the team fighting realm of this match, and I mean, he's a big part of why they end up turning it around. So 20 minutes, T1 take a Baron after a fight that goes 4-0. Zeus with a double gives them a 7.5k gold lead. After taking the Baron, Faker would solo kill Hazmid and top. 22 minutes, T1 win a fight in the jungle 3-1. Guma with a double. They then get 2 more picks a minute later. Guma with both. 24 minutes, Saigon Buffalo are able to force a reset in a fight around their base and Nexus turrets. 2-2. Hazmid with a double. At this point, T1 are up 23-10. 11.5k gold. Keria has 3-2-16. Baron has worn off. They reset, take an Infernal. And actually, 26 minutes, things got a little hectic. Hazmid would solo kill Guma and top, as Zeus would backdoor through bot and end for T1. Final score 23-11 for T1. They're 0 for 1 on the power play, but they end shortly thereafter. Their power play was massive. It was like 7K gold or something. And Carriot ends up being MVP. I thought he played well. T1 struggling in the early game. I mean, this is day one. I'm not going to put a lot of emphasis on what happened today. A lot of these players, it's their first time on a big stage. For T1, they're playing at home. I learned that this is the first time T1 has ever played internationally at home, which I thought was pretty crazy. I didn't think that was the case, but maybe it is, at least for MSI maybe. Game 2, Team Ace, Detonation Focus Me. You see 14-2. Detonation Focus Me really smoke showed Team Ace in this one. We saw a lot of weird picks today. In this one, the weird picks, we saw Rumble top come back, Samira and Bot. There are a lot of weird things that happen. So 4 minutes, Detonation Focus Me start this one off by going mid. 5 minutes, they get a 2-0 in the Bot 2v2. 7 minutes, they do it again. Udapon with a double. So once again, bot lane becoming a big factor in these early games. That they use that to take an ocean. 13 minutes, Detonation Focus Me are able to take the first turret. And laning phase, they're up 5-0, 3k gold. The stats, Team Ace never attempted a gank, dive, or roam where the player even showed in lane or to create any damage on the opponent. Detonation Focus Me went 1 for 2. 15 minutes. Detonation Focus Me take a mountain. And then Team Ace would win at 15 minutes in top 2-1. Their first instance of actually doing anything in this game and making something happen. They would use that to take a cloud. Game slows way down. Between 15 minutes and 22 minutes, we had no kills. Detonation Focus Me's gold lead is pretty much stagnant. It's still 2.5k after it was 3k at 15 minutes. They're up 6-2. Udapon's 4-0-1. 22 minutes. Detonation Focus Me end the drought with a pick. They then get Prio over the Baron. They take it. 4.5k gold lead. When they do so, Ace say, fine, we're going to take a cloud. Their second one of the day. However, at 26 minutes, Detonation Focus Me win in the Bot River 5-0. Steel and Udapon with doubles. That leads to a push to end. They would end 2-0 at the Nexus. Final score 14-2. Detonation Focus Me is 1 for 1 on the Baron power play, and Ace didn't have an opportunity. Udapon ends up being MVP, played very, very well in the Bot 2v2. It's going to be really interesting. I'm interested to see how Detonation Focus Me and Saigon Buffalo end up playing, because obviously their 2v2s are very good in lane, and we're going to see what happens when they face off in group play. Game 3, Order in G2. So we have Group C here. A lot of interesting things happen in this game. I thought Order actually gave me what I thought they would. I said this. I think that they have a lot of interesting picks they can make, and they could get freaky, and they did. They pulled out a Karthus, a Yone, So they had Karthus, Yone as their jungle mid synergy, and Kissy did really well. Despite Caps solo killing him at 6 minutes, Caps ends up being MVP of this game. He solo kills Kissy at 6 minutes. That leads to a Hextech Drake. 7 minutes, Biopanther solo kills Broken Blade in top. Bio on an Aatrox, and Broken Blade on the Fiora. And I said yesterday, I believe the Fiora is going to be a weak pick in this tournament. With it being on 35 ping, I think that makes Fiora kind of useless. And obviously, Broken Blade thought better of it in Game 2, because when they play EG, which is on my next board, and I'll get to, he doesn't go with the Fiora against Aatrox. So 9 minutes, Order gets a pick. It's 10 minutes, Kissy returns a favor against Cap, solo killing him. 12 minutes, Order up 3-1 in kills. G2 are up 1.5k gold. Laning phase ends. Order were 0 for 1 on ganks, and G2 didn't attempt one before laning phase ended. G2 take a mountain. 14 minutes, G2 take a Rift Herald after winning a fight 2-0 in the river. 15 minutes, there's an pick by Order. 16 minutes, Kissay solo kills Flacked. So Kissay on the Yone was really, really good. I was impressed by his Yone. And if you didn't watch my video where I went over the patches before this, and even, I don't think I had in the pocket picks, but in the patches, Yone got buffed, and he plays Yone. He played Yone this past split, and it looked really good. 17 minutes, G2 gets a kill in mid. 18 minutes, G2 go to Cloud Soul Point. Order gets a kill 2-0 in bot at the same time as G2 goes to Cloud Soul Point. So at 20 minutes, Gold's pretty much tied. Order is up 7-4. 21 minutes, Order get a pick and get overzealous, try and take the Baron. This is where the game's decided. They try and take the Baron. They get killed under the Baron. G2 win that fight 5-1. Caps with a triple on Zoe, which forces Order out. G2 take the Baron. They are up 4k gold. They use that, take the Cloud Soul. 24 minutes after the Baron subsides, it's 9-9 in kills. G2 up 6k. Caps is 5-2-4. 25 minutes, G2 in a fight in mid 5-0. Caps and Flacked with doubles. They push to end. Final score 15-9. G2 had the only power play when they stole that Baron. Won the fight when Baron was low and stole it, and did not end with it. Caps ends up being MVP, though, because that triple kill around that Baron ended up deciding the game. That was the play that decided the game. He solo killed Kisei in the early game, but he also got solo killed. So, it was really interesting. I was impressed with Order in this game. G2 left me wanting a little bit more, and they would do that on my next board, which I'm about to get to now. Okay, now for EG G2. Board 2. G2, obviously, in this group, they have to play each other 4 times. All these teams are doing a quadruple round robin, I think they said, because it's a 3-game series. 3-team group. So they're playing each other a lot. That's why I'm not giving a lot of credence to today, especially in this group, because they got to play each other 3 more times, and they're going to be trading games back and forth. So G2 versus EG. G2 and Caps pull out an Anivia. So we have a really weird pick in mid out of G2. They win this game pretty easily, 13-5. 5 minutes, G2 go mid to get first blood. They take a mountain off of that. 9 minutes, they take a Rift Herald, a fight that goes 2-1 in the river. G2 take a Cloud. G2 go bot. It's all G2. 16 minutes, they're up 4-1, 3.5k gold. Caps is 2-0-2 on the Anivia. Laning phase ends. During laning phase, EG attempt 1 gank, fail. G2 attempt 4 roam, gank, dives, whatever, and succeed on 2 of them. G2 take an Infernal. EG respond by getting a pick. 22 minutes. G2 end up sneaking the Baron under the nose of EG. Fight afterwards go 1-1. G2 are up 4k gold. They use that Baron to go to Infernal Soul Point. They win a fight 2-0. 25 minutes. EG get a pick as Impact takes the bot lane inhib from G2. 26 minutes. G2 are up 7-4. 6k gold. Caps is 2-0-5. 29 minutes. G2 end up taking Infernal Soul. They just take it. And G2 end up getting a kill on top at the same time. They use that kill top to get Prio over another Baron, and they take it up 9.5k gold. And at 31 minutes, G2 would end with that second Baron, Flacked and Broken Blade with doubles as part of a 5-1 teamfight win. Final score 13-5. EG does not get a Baron in this game, and G2 are 1-for-2 on the power play. Caps ends up being MVP. Was a great facilitator roaming in the early game on the Anivia. Really limited the impact of Samira and Rise. Played very, very well in both games. A little bit, different feel. We'll see if the Anivia comes back again or if it was a one-off. Game 5 in Istanbul Wildcats RNG, definitely a blowout. We had a really good team against a bottom feeder. Well, not even a bottom feeder. That's wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong to say. Not a bottom feeder, just a team from a smaller region that's going to be on struggle street against a team like RNG. So, Istanbul actually would start this off by trying to make a play bot lane at 4 minutes. That fails and goes 1-for-1. RNG then take a mountain. 9 minutes, they go top. A minute later, Xiaohu would solo kill Farfetch in mid as Istanbul tries another play and gets outplayed. 11 minutes, RNG dive bot. They go 2-0 in mid. They take a Cloud. By 15 minutes, they're really cruising. RNG win a fight in top 3-2, Wei with a double. By 16 minutes, at 16 minutes, laning phase ends. RNG are up 9-3, 6k gold. Wei is 4-0-4 on the Viego. Wei played a great game. He ends up being MVP. Great facilitator. did what he had to do, made things happen, and he played really well. At this point, RNG were 2 for 2 on their roam gank dives, and Istanbul were 0 for 4. So you got to give the Wildcats credit. They were trying a lot of different things and just couldn't come up, heads on any of them. 17 minutes, RNG are pushing. They get a kill in the jungle, and then a minute later they get a kill in mid as they're really pushing towards the base of Istanbul. They go to Hextech Soul Point on the reset. On spawn, they take the Baron after winning a fight 4-0. Gallo with a triple. Gives them a 12.5k gold lead. At 21 minutes, RNG would push to end 3-0. Gallo with a double around the Nexus to end. Final score 20-5. Complete destruction. RNG go 1 for 1 on the power play. It wasn't even close. Sorry about that pause. Now we're on to the last game. Red Cannons and PSG. So, the upset. It was the upset of the day. A lot of people didn't expect Red Cannons to come in here and win. I had somebody in my comments saying they wouldn't win a single game. So, they're already wrong. It's day one. Things happen. Red could still finish 4th, I guess. But this is really good. I'm really happy for Red. I'm happy for CBLOL fans. Somebody accused me of saying these things only because a lot of my subscribers are from Brazil. But I want to say, I am from an area where my sports teams struggle a lot and are underdogs because we're from, smaller market teams where there's not as many people in the city. But we have our team and we're proud of our team. We live and die by our teams. And, I can get behind this with Red and say, CBLOL gets behind their team and I hope they do well. I hope they do well. So, Red ends up really taking it to PSG. And I think I'm using pronunciations from, the broadcast. I think I have them. So, 5 minutes, Red would open up by going top lane, making a play. PSG would respond by taking a Hex Tech. 8 minutes, Red go mid. 11 minutes, PSG take a Mountain Drake in a skirmish where Red would win 2-0. Agi with a double on the Wukong. 14 minutes, Red are up 4-0. 2.5k gold, and laning phase ends. So it's 4-0. Laning phase ends, 14 minutes. Not a lot really going on. Red are 2 for 4 on attempts to make a play. Gank, dive, roam, whatever. And PSG did nothing. Which, I want to say, I thought Yuhan, at least his stats and PSG stats, indicated that this might be a thing. So, I don't know if this was just a one-off. This is day one. So, there's a lot more games to be played. 16 minutes. Red end up taking an Infernal, winning a fight 4-0. Agi and Cheetan with a double. 18 minutes, Red get a pick. 20 minutes, Red end up 9-0, 6.5k gold up, and Agi is 5-0-3 on the Wukong. He played the best Wukong of the day. He ends up being MVP. Going into this event, a lot of the Red Cannon fans and CBLOL fans were like, Agi is pretty serious. And, the last couple of years he's been on Struggle Street at the international events, but, he has the potential to be really good. He should be good, and he just has struggled. Well, this time around, at least he showed up today. Red take another Infernal. 25 minutes, they get a pick. They take a Baron. They're up 9.5k gold. They end with the Baron 2-0. 1 for 1 on the power play. Like I said, Agi ends up being MVP. Really good game out of Red. Real big surprise. A lot of people are surprised. PSG didn't put up a fight at all. Looking at bans, just thinking to myself, you took out 3 players from PSG and it was successful. RNG took out 3 players from PSG and it was successful. They banned 3 top laners from PSG's Hanabi's champion pool, which forced him on the Gnar, which is a good pick for him, but PSG could not put him on a carry. Similar thing happened with RNG in Istanbul. RNG said, we're going to put Holy Phoenix on something he doesn't want to play, and banned out his 3 most played champions, and it worked. And those are sort of things that work when you're against smaller teams, smaller region teams. You take away their carries, their best players, best champions, and you see what happens. And it worked. It really did. Honest to God, blowing them out is a big deal for Red Cannons. Going 1-1 against PSG was massive. We talked about it all leading up to this. And I doubted it. And I mean, I still had them going 2-4, so I guess it's still feasible. But I mean, we said they have to go 1-1 against PSG, and they have to win both games against Istanbul if they want to try and make it out of this groups. So far so good. They got the hard part out of the way, in my opinion, based on how the Wildcats played today. They were probably the worst team on the Rift. Followed closely by PSG. PSG played downright awful. Honestly, I thought EG, disappointed me, but not to the level of these two. I mean, EG were against G2, which is a team pretty even with them, and I don't think they expected that Anivia pick. I don't think anybody expected the Anivia pick outside of G2. So, if you have any comments, comment down below. Your opinions on the games today. What do you think? Are you happy? Are you sad? You given any credence really to day one? Just kind of looking forward to the next day if you're on the losing side of one of these games. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. I'm going to be doing videos like this throughout the entire event to save you time in the instance that you miss games. My video will be much shorter than watching the VOD. So thank you for watching.